Hello, welcome back again, some more, to Shittywebcomics Weekly, Angels to some, Demons to others. See into the mind of God by donating to our Subscribe Star, which is how we are encouraged and funded in doing these wonderful free episodes so that we can get money, get paid, motherfucker, from doing the Subscribe Star
International
episodes.
Zionism doesn't want us to have this money. They're trying to debank us.
Yes. Are you in favor of that? Yes, you are, unless you're donating to our Subscribe Star. So that's the only way to have any morals in this world is just $5 a month. Just pay us $5 a month. That's all it takes.
Who else was it that was saying that their critics are bad faith detractors who should be deplatformed and debanked? Oh, that's right. It was Eric July.
Why did he say that? Oh, yeah, because he actually is part of the Zog machine. Big Zoggerino.
To serve the Jew.
It's a deep honor for him to serve the Jew.
I will never forget that.
Yes, that's eternally hilarious at all of their expense, of course.
I'll be in a hospital bed dying. I'll be like, remember when fucking Glenn Beck talked about how it was his deep honor to serve the Jew?
With a giant pause before and after. It's like, hey pal, have you never done radio before? How much dead air are you going to have?
Even the sinister topspin.
Yes. He didn't even, to be honest, that's the worst part. He doesn't even put the sinister topspin on it, as Christopher Hitchens called it, which the most perfectly exemplified by House MD, the wonderful basted with red sauce pills House MD. Every time he said the word Jew, he would put the sinister topspin on it like that.
I guess we have to explain what the sinister topspin is.
Well, it's how House MD would pronounce the word Jew. And it's the only correct way to pronounce that word.
It's the only way you can possibly say it. It can't be said otherwise.
People.
Not possible.
But anyways, we're going to cover the Bike Cuck comic. I couldn't even... I looked up Bike Cuck comic, and all I could find was a bunch of edits of it, which we will not be going through. I do recommend them, but and we could do a video about that. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
With the context added, the comic is actually funnier.
Of course.
Recommend this comic.
But here's the original comic, though, is just the first panel. My bike got stolen, really, and it's dotted lines of bike, where the bike, even the chain, where the bike used to be. He says, my bike got stolen recently, and the second one is like, unhappiness face meter next to his face. He says, I was pretty bummed about it. And then third panel is, but I think whoever stole it was probably more happy to get it than I am sad to lose it. And it's like another meter with a happiness face next to it that's higher than his unhappiness meter. And he says, the total happiness in the world increased. And the last panel is him just walking off saying, so whatever. Which is
weird, though. One art mistake I would say is
perfect cuckery.
The happiness meter, the face on the happiness meter for like the happy thief versus him, they're both the same color.
Well, actually, the unhappiness one is blue and the happy one is yellow, which isn't very an accurate depiction, I guess you could say. It's more symbolic.
The shades are not true to life. Tumblrites would be screaming about how this is whitewashing.
If you just change that one thing, you just change the happiness face and meter to a different specific color, all of a sudden the entire context of the comic is just thrown into chaos. Wonderful, delicious chaos. Which is, fair, as we like to say. We're not monsters. We're just ahead of the curve. But out of the many, many, many edits that I will not be looking up at right now in this episode, I should, that would be great way to pad out the schedule. So next time, maybe we'll look at some edits There's other stuff though in the list that we can talk about in the list
There's all
of
kinds
ideas.
of things we can talk about.
We got so many things to talk about, but here's on Know Your Meme, which if you look up Shen Comics, Owl Turd Comics in a nutshell, that's what his account used to be called. He renamed it to Shen Comics like probably 10 years ago or something. But the first panel is just really squiggly drawing of him, just the most cheapest squiggly MS Paint, and he says things are good. And then the second panel is giant red guy pointing a gun at him, and the red guy's body says negative emotions. And then the third panel is giant blue guy pointing a gun at him that says bad aspects of life. And the last panel is squiggly version of him without even a face, and it just says, "It seems I was mistaken." And then over his face is the wonderful classic, not MS Paint, but Comic Sans font, which is, the whole thing. It's just saying exaggerated facial expression. And the bottom it says owlturd.com. And it does go to show also what Jerk used to talk about, that one of the best fonts in existence is Comic Sans, actually. At least, I don't think he even necessarily meant it in an ironic sense. But unironically, he meant that his point was that it is a comical. The look of Comic Sans implies whimsy. I think the reason why people hated Comic Sans, though, is because it's like fake corporate whimsy, not because it was actual. But the thing is that when you look at it, it actually still works.
Kids will use it. Kids will do it for their MLG Super, like 2007 YouTube,
which works, by the way. If you used like a serious looking font for that, it wouldn't work the same way. It wouldn't be as effective, even on an ironic sense. So in a way, Comic Sans does work for comical comics, and of course was the official font for Jerk City, which is now called Bone Quest. That's slightly traumatic. That when they renamed
super
that.
Important element here. People needed to factor in. Luckily, we're here to do that for them.
Yes. Orange, you glad? Orange, you glad that we do that for you? So therefore, you should also be orange and glad that it is bananas.
Everyone should be orange now. It is 2025. It's January, as of this recording. It is now illegal to not be orange.
Yeah, it's 2010. It's okay to not be an orange now. What? Not anymore. Not anymore, motherfucker.
Nobody cares if you're orange or not.
Yes. But anyways, so therefore, of course, you should download Shittywebcomics Weekly. Money should download from you into us, into our bodies, through our Subscribestar. So go to our Subscribestar, give us money so that you can become a good person. You're an immoral person if you don't give us money. And
you are not a good fucking person.
Good fucking person. But also you get access to all the stuff that everyone else is in the dark about still, and will remain in the dark about for many years. And again, when I say that sounds like a joking hyperbole, but it's actually been proven that all the stuff we've been talking about.
I'm tired of it.
Yes.
It's
tired.
Proven. It's so verified now.
A little too proven for my tastes. A little too overproven. We're so vindicated for, like going on decades now. If you count the previous decade as one decade and this decade as another decade, we have been vindicated for over 2 decades. Not consecutively overall, but just over the course of 2 separate decades, each one. So again, if you want to be decades ahead of everyone else, all of the other people who supposedly are into the internet drama and shit, which we aren't, and yet we're still smarter than them and ahead of the curve.
More ahead than the curve than them.
Yes. And that actually is unironic too. So if you want to be like that, just $5 on our Subscribestar, and for everyone else, be sure to listen to Shitty Webcomics.